guys, so I'm finally gonna be able to do a actual like talking tutorial today. I usually don't, excuse me, just because when I'm doing the ones that I do voiceovers for, I'm usually like getting ready and something, and my boyfriend's walking around and talking to me, so that's why I did the voiceovers. But right now he's watching football downstairs, so I can go ahead and do a regular tutorial. And yes, I'm wearing clothes. Oh my goodness, I don't not wear clothes when I do tutorials. Who does that? So let's begin. I'm going to start by moisturizing my face with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. For foundation, I'm going to start with my foundation. The foundation I'm using right now is Neutrogena Healthy Skin Foundation. And my color is in Honey Beige 110. So I'm going to start by filling in my brows. Excuse me. I'm using just my double-ended, I think this is from the Costco set. And I use Charcoal Brown, which is from MAC. I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in. They're all kind of gross right now because I haven't waxed them for a while, but anyways. I just usually start from the center by my arch and then just short strokes fill them in because they're kind of light. Okay, so after I went ahead and filled in my brows, I'm going to start with a base, and I always like to use my Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, and I'm just going to put that all over my eyelids with a E25 blending brush from Sigma. It's the little one. I always use this for paint pot, so yeah. And I know my brows look really dark, but once I put makeup on my eyes, it really just all comes together. Even when I look, I'm like, whoa, you know, but it does come together in the end. Because if I don't pencil them in, then it just looks like I don't even have brows. Alright, so you have that. And then I'm going to start by taking my blending brush from Sigma, and then I'm going to take a mixture of Tete-A-Tint and Texture, and I'm just going to mix those two colors together, top it off, and I'm just going to put this into the socket area just for a nice transition color to help me blend later. Next, I'm going to take my Armani, Giorgio Armani Ice to Kill, and this is in number 8. And I'll show you what it looks like. This is the color right here. It's a really like silvery, peachy kind of color. So I'm just going to take my finger and dab it in there. And it's a powdery kind of consistency. And I'm just going to tap that onto my eyelid. Doesn't have to be neat or anything, because you're going to blend it anyways. You just want to place the color there. Now I'm just going to take the same blending brush I use and kind of just buff this out. Just so there's no harsh edges. Now I'm just going to take a 266 brush, which is this one, and I'm going to use a darker color. I'm actually going to start with this one right here from Inglot. I don't know the name, but it's like a matte charcoal gray color. I'm going to dip my brush in there, top off the excess, and I'm just going to go right on the edge. Kind of just touch the edge. And then start circular motions to kind of bring that up into the crease. Now with the same brush, I'm going to take the black color from Inglot, which is in this palette, with all that crazy goodness sparkle. It's probably not going to show up too much. Just going to really just touch my brush in there because it's so pigmented. And I'm just going to put this right in the outer V. Okay, so after you get it to the intensity that you want, I'm going to take my blending brush again and then buff out the edges. And And I don't really add anything onto this blending brush unless I made like a big mistake and I brought it too high, then I'll add some of that brown again. But usually I just buff the edges out. And then for highlight, I'm going to use this color from NARS from Inglot, and it's a matte color, so not the shimmery one on the right, the left one. And I'm going to take just a paddle brush. I'm just going to use this for highlighting my brows. And then to highlight my inner corner, my inner tear duct, I'm going to be using, and I'm sorry I'm using a lot of different things, but I just have a lot around me. So you just use what you can use. You never have to use the same thing I'm using. I'm going to take this shadow right here called Lab Coat. I thought it said Taco Bell. That says Lab Coat. Sorry, it shows up backwards in my camera when I'm looking at it. And it's from theBalm, the Muppet palette. So I'm going to use that with this brush, which is the Deluxe Pointed Crease Brush. And this is from Crown Brushes, I believe. I got it from Old Look. And I'm just going to take a dab of that white and then pop it in the inner tear duct. I hated this brush at first because I wanted it for blending things out. And then when I got it, it's so flimsy and super soft that I couldn't use it for blending things out. And then I realized that this would be a perfect brush to pop like color in the inner tear duct, and now I love it for that. So find a use for your brushes, people. But it sheds, as you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to just pop on my eyeliner on the top, which I'm going to use the Maybelline Line Stiletto. And then I'm going to pop my eyeliner on the bottom, which is Avenue, what is this called? Fluidline from MAC. And I'll be right back. Oh no, I'm also going to do my mascara, which is the Shiseido Mascara Base. And then the Benefit They're Real mascara over that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back to show you the rest of my face. Okay guys, so I did my eyeliner and my mascara. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish my face. So before I set my foundation and stuff, I'm going to use my cream bronzer, this little Tete Chanel. And I use it with my e.l.f. flat top. I think it's supposed to be a powder brush. Oh, sorry. Watching me some Jersey Shore. So I'm just going to, it's supposed to be a powder brush, but I like it for my bronzer. My cream bronzer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze my face. So after that, I'll go ahead and set my foundation, and then for that I use my Mercier setting powder, the translucent setting powder. And I use my Real Techniques brush. It's supposed to be a blush brush, but I use it just for powder. And I'm just gonna set everything so I'm not too shiny. After I set, now I'm going to do my contour, and for that I use my NYC bronzer that I've yet to finish, but I'm almost done, as you can see. And I'm going to use a angled brush, and I'm just going to contour the hollows of my cheek. Blush, I'm going to be using, I'm going to go at Taj Mahal, and that's this one right here from NARS, and it is a burnt bright orange color. And I realize it looks so nice on darker skin tone, so it's looking, I like the look of it when I'm tan. I use it no matter what, but I really like the look of it when I'm tan. It's a really, really pretty color. Then for a little bit of highlight, not too much, just because it is daytime. I'm going to use my Dior Amber Diamond, and just like a really touch of it. And then for lips, I'm going to be using a very favorite combination I've been liking. and it is the Cruella de Vil Innocence Beware lipstick from the MAC collection. And then over top I'm going to be using Nymphet lip gloss by MAC. I believe that's the final look. So let me zoom you guys in for the eyes. So that's just, it's really like a silvery smoky look. Then my cheeks are my orange cheeks, and then my lips are nice and nude. And that's all I have for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed it. And finally a tutorial, I know. I'll try and make some more and focus on especially the Inglot palette and my new the Muppet Show Cast Your Shadow palette that I just received as well. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.